Today I'll be reviewing the Xencelabs Medium Tablet Bundle. There's been a lot of hype around Xencelabs, with people saying it's a true Wacom competitor. I had to give it a try because I have to say, it does look impressive. I'm going to cover some aspects of this tablet that other reviewers may have missed, so you definitely want to watch to the end of this one. Let's start with the tablet specs. The Xencelabs Medium Tablet has 8,192 pressure levels, which looks good on paper, but we'll need to dig into the line and pressure quality. This tablet also features lag-free tracking. Stupid display tablets. The tablet dimensions are 12.6 by 9.13 by 0.3 inches. The active drawing area is 10.33 by 5.8 inches in a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. Its weight is 1.75 pounds. The tablet holds up to 16 hours of battery life when in wireless mode with a 2.5 hour charge time. And back off, tab burglar, this baby has a Kensington Nano lock slot. The tablet bundle came in a nice review package with some Xencelabs swag. It even had a note saying they look forward to my honest review. I like that they aren't expecting anything other than that, and it made a good impression. Included with the tablet is a case with some pens in it, 2 long USB-C to USB-A cables, and a USB-A to USB-C adapter, a USB-A Bluetooth dongle for the wireless function, a drawing glove in a medium size, a protective travel pouch that holds the tablet and accessories, and a metal nib remover. There's a lot of good stuff to say about this tablet bundle, so let's check out some of the pros. My first impression was that the packaging is really nice. Everything about the presentation of this tablet is appealing. It doesn't look cheaply packaged like the other Wacom imitation tablets I've reviewed. The build quality of the pens, case, and other accessories feels great. I'd say the quality of the accessories is comparable to Wacom in that regard, and far exceeds the quality of XP Pen or any of the other Wacom imitation brands I've tried. It's what you would expect from the higher-end Wacom tablets. The Medium bundle comes with 2 pens. That's awesome. At first glance, you might think that these are Wacom pens. The default pen feels just like a Wacom Pro pen, and even has a third button which comes in handy for 3D work and other tasks. The Slim pen feels great in my hand as well, though its rubbery coating is not as soft as it is on the larger pen. It's not quite the Wacom Pro Pen Slim, but it's close. In terms of visual aesthetics and build quality, these are by far the nicest Wacom imitation pens I've tried. Both pens can be programmed independently of each other with pressure and button shortcuts, and switching between the pens is easy. 10 replacement nibs are included in the pen case, 6 regular nibs and 4 felt nibs for a marker-like feel with more friction. When testing the line quality, the light end of the pressure is very responsive. I'd say it's on par with Wacom. I can't say that for some of the other Wacom imitations I've tried. The tablet looks nice with slopes and curves, but it's nothing special in terms of hardware or product design. It looks a lot to me like a mashup of the Intuos and the Intuos Pro. The LED lights are cool and can be customized with various colors and brightness settings. It looks cool, but I don't really get the purpose beyond that since you'll be looking at your display while drawing. The tablet surface has some tooth. Youch! Careful. It's closer to the feel of the Intuos Pro smooth surface than the regular Intuos. This tablet has 3 buttons located at the top center of the tablet. These can perform common functions like switching the tablet input between multiple displays. You can reprogram them in the control panel to use them for common keyboard shortcuts. The rechargeable Quick Keys remote is fantastic. The OLED display feels almost like a Stream Deck because of the way you can add text labels for each shortcut. By the way, my camera captured a flickering of the remote screen, but it doesn't flicker like that to the naked eye. The remote is about the size of a smartphone and does not attach magnetically like the smaller Wacom Express Key remote, but it does have quieter buttons, which I appreciate. It also sports a Kensington security lock. You can load the remote up with tons of shortcuts and commands. Just like the Wacom control panel, you can have the remote auto-detect which application you are currently using, so it only shows shortcuts for that application. The remote is customizable. You can change the orientation of the labels to a horizontal or vertical layout, and adjust the OLED brightness. The colored ring light makes it easy to identify which mode you are in. It feels very smooth to zoom and resize your brush with the wheel. The charge should last around 52 hours according to Xencelabs. The remote is really what excited me the most. I'd say that and the pens are what compelled me to want to try this tablet. Though it would be more convenient to have the option to use built-in Bluetooth, the private Bluetooth USB dongle worked well. Plus, not all computers have built-in Bluetooth, so this is a welcome addition. I didn't notice any drop in performance using the wireless mode. Should your wireless signal get interrupted, you can use the USB cable for a more stable connection. The drivers were easy to locate, download, and install. There are drivers for Windows, Mac, and Linux. I'm impressed by the control panel. It's well organized, robust, and covers nearly everything that Wacom's control panel covers. You can even import and export user settings, which may come in handy later in this video. This is far better than any of the Wacom imitation control panels I've tried, but to be honest, the bar was not set very high. And my last pro is that I reached out to Xencelabs about some of the problems I'm about to mention in the next segment, and was promptly forwarded to customer service for support, who linked me to a help forum. I also received an immediate follow-up from a representative, but the forum had already answered my questions. And now for the cons. Wacom users can use their tablets at the same time as the Xencelabs tablet. Wait, this is a con? Let me finish. Wacom users can use their tablets at the same time as the Xencelabs tablet, so long as the application uses Windows Ink. If the application uses WinTab, then you'll need to do something like disconnect one of the devices because WinTab can only use one or the other. In my experience, other tablet drivers don't play nicely with Wacom's driver, so I made sure to start with a fresh install of Windows 10 and removed any mention of Wacom drivers before testing the tablet. For good measure, I also tested on a second desktop system and evaluated the performance with the Wacom drivers and then uninstalled them. The first time using the tablet, it worked as expected. There weren't any major issues, but during my review, I noticed the tablet going haywire. I changed the USB port, tried it with and without the wireless dongle, restarted, but none of that helped. Then I reinstalled the driver and tried again later in the evening, and some of the issues were no longer present. So to be fair, I will list these cons as either intermittent or consistent. First, the intermittent cons. At one point, the cursor started jittering when I hovered the pen above the tablet surface or pressed down. This caused the line to wobble. It was most noticeable with fine tip brushes. Even with a straight edge, I still got wobble. This is par for the course for the Wacom imitations I've tried, so I wasn't surprised. While I was testing the tablet, I accidentally grabbed one of my Wacom pens out of habit, and oddly enough, it worked on the Xencelabs tablet. Wacom's Pro Pen 1 and 2, the Pro Pen Slim, and the Airbrush work, but not the Art Pen. Shoot, even the basic Intuos pen works on the Xencelabs tablet. Sadly, Xencelabs pen does not work on a Wacom tablet. There's something odd about this because I've never had success getting cross-compatibility between Wacom and other tablets. Xencelabs are aware of this, but they say only the Pro Pen 1 works, which is incorrect. The next con is that the drivers stop working at various points, leaving me with no way to control the tablet. I can't speak for the experience on Mac or Linux, but on Windows, I have to put my system to sleep or restart, then turn the tablet on and off. The help forum also mentions restarting the tablet service if the tablet is unresponsive. This is not new to me, as many Wacom imitations have driver issues like this. At one point, I noticed that the remote settings were reset to their defaults, so I've lost my remote customization. Fortunately, you can back up your settings, but that would be a pain to have to do that often. Speaking of the remote, when I plugged it in after being unplugged, it locked up the tablet and started triggering repeated pin input. From what I can see in the forums, there are some documented driver issues that appear to relate to what I've experienced. I'll give Xencelabs the benefit of the doubt that this is all stuff that has a solution. Just be aware that this is all stuff you might experience too, and do you want to deal with that? Now on to the consistent cons. Although the initial activation force or lighter end of the pen pressure works great, the heavier end of the pen pressure is poor on both pens. It's hard to make smooth transitions with opacity brushes because the pressure jumps from heavy to medium abruptly as soon as you let up on the pen. Making the sensitivity softer helped a bit, but then it's harder for me to get very fine lines. Even after adjusting the sensitivity, the base calibration of pressure just feels off to me compared to what I'm used to with my Cintiq. As with the XP pen tablets I have tried, the tilt on the Xencelabs tablet is a little jumpy as it transitions from thick to thin, and sometimes results in a wavy line. If I use the Wacom Pro Pen 2 on the Xencelabs tablet, tilt seems to work fine. I don't see a way to adjust the tilt sensitivity. There are also random glitches that appear when making quick lines with tilt. I think that has to do with tilt being jumpy. I'd get a Wacom pen for this tablet since it seems to work better. While I do like that 3 shortcut keys are included on the tablet, the placement is poor because your hand has to get in the way to use them. To be fair, I don't like this placement on the Wacom Intuos either. The remote only works as a standalone device if you don't have a Wacom driver installed. If you install the Xencelabs driver alongside Wacom's, it disables pen pressure for the Wacom tablet. So even if I wanted to use the remote and not the tablet, I can't. And that's a bummer because that's what I like the most about this tablet. Now for some comparisons to similar tablets. There's not much of a point in comparing this to XP Pen or a similar imitation tablet, since I don't feel much of a difference in terms of basic pen and tablet performance, but I'll try my best. The quality of Xencelabs accessories are superficially better than other Wacom imitations, but you are paying more for that. In fact, it's pretty close to Wacom's premium, which further illustrates what I have said in other videos about cutting corners to save on cost. There's a reason why imitations are cheaper, and it has nothing to do with value or generosity. Once these competitors reach the same level of quality as Wacom, why would they have a reason to charge less for their products? If they're truly investing in their own research and development, they can't afford to. Perhaps that's reflected in Xencelabs pricing. Other than the premium quality accessories, the pen performance is about the same as XP Pen and has some of the same flaws. Now let's compare Xencelabs to Wacom. The pen performance is noticeably worse compared to Wacom, and there's no better way to illustrate this than to use Wacom's pen on the Xencelabs tablet. This leads me to believe that the quality issues are more to do with the Wacom imitation pens than the tablets. The Xencelabs tablet also does not offer multi-touch, though you could live without it. The pen does not support the rotation expression, which lets you rotate your pen to rotate your dab. That's something all drawing tablet pens should support, even Wacom's. Though 2 pens are supported, each pen cannot independently store information such as the selected brush or color. For example, in Corel Painter, I can use multiple Wacom pens, and each will retain their own brush settings. This allows me to switch brushes using only my pen. Many Wacom tablets are compatible with smartphones and Chromebooks. Xencelabs Medium Tablet is at least somewhat compatible with some Chromebooks, according to the help forum. Though I'm impressed with the build quality of the accessories, the tablet feels cheap in comparison to a Wacom Intuos Pro, which is in the same price range. For instance, the sticky tabs on the bottom look like they could easily come off, whereas the Intuos and Intuos Pro have inset rubber feet. Xencelabs did it right with the underside of the remote, so why not the tablet too, since that's the main component of the bundle? The tablet appears to be made of lower-end plastic without the premium feel that's found on the higher-end Wacom tablets like the Intuos Pro. It feels similar to cheaper, rougher-feeling plastic on the budget Wacom Cintiq 22 and 16, or the XP Pen Artist 15.6 Pro. Overall, the Xencelabs tablet does feel stylish compared to some of its competitors, but it's not quite the level of polish that goes into an Intuos Pro. It's like the Xencelabs tablet is what's received the least love and attention, and all the focus has gone into the accessories. Now let's get into the price of this bundle. It's $359 USD. To put that into perspective, the Intuos Pro Medium goes for $379. If you added the Wacom Pro Pen Slim, it would be another $69. Xencelabs Slim Pen goes for $46.99. And though it's not necessary because the Intuos Pro has express keys and a touchscreen, adding Wacom's express key remote would set you back an additional $99.95, whereas Xencelabs remote goes for $89.99. Even the replacement nibs are about the same price. $548 compared to $359 is only a difference of $189, and if you leave out the unnecessary remote and pen, it's only a difference of $20. That's not much cheaper than a Wacom. Even the lower-end Wacom pens outperform Xencelabs in terms of quality and reliability. For $399, you can get a Wacom One with a built-in screen. Yeah, it doesn't come with a ton of accessories and only a basic pen, but the drawing experience will be way better. So who is this tablet for? I'm still trying to figure that one out myself. The price difference is so close to Wacom that I really can't see much reason to buy Xencelabs over a Wacom if cost is your primary concern. I really think the price should be closer to XP Pen since the quality is about the same in terms of the pen, pressure, and driver stability. In my opinion, you're just paying more for nice looking accessories. The pen quality, tablet, and drivers of the Xencelabs Medium are subpar. I say if it's a matter of $20 to get a Wacom, save yourself the hassle with the driver stuff. First, let me say that my contacts at Xencelabs have been incredibly pleasant and professional, and I had great interactions with them. They asked for my honest review, and so that's what I've presented. I wanted to like this tablet, I really did, and contrary to what some viewers may think about me, I'm more than happy to admit when I've reviewed a tablet that I think is as good or better than a Wacom tablet. But I have to be honest, this is not it. If the driver issue were fixed and you used a Wacom pen on the Xencelabs tablet, it's still not easy to recommend this over something that is $20 more that I've had a better experience with. Is it better than an XP Pen tablet or something of that nature? In some ways, yes. I'd place it near the top of the pack in that grouping of drawing tablets. Either way, Ugee wins because they own both companies. I'd be more inclined to recommend this over another imitation brand, but as I mentioned before, I'm not sure the cost is worth it unless you really care about the accessories, control panel, and design aesthetic. Xencelabs products have been developed from the ground up, yet this tablet bundle feels like yet another XP Pen or Huion offering, just rebranded with a more Wacom-like design aesthetic and loads of premium accessories. Looking beyond the nice presentation and generous accessories, the basic functions like driver stability and pen pressure are still holding the device back in the same way those other brands are held back. Bells and whistles are cool, but digital artists just want to be able to draw steady lines and get smooth gradations in pressure, tilt, and opacity. It's a real drag to turn a tablet on and off, restart it, or reinstall drivers on a daily or even monthly basis. Could you imagine if you had to do that with a sketchbook? My first couple of tablets were Wacom imitations, so I've been there and done that. That's why I encourage my viewers to take a deeper look at some of these products and not just focus on the specs or hype. I'm also concerned about innovation. Xencelabs' customer promise is to include useful and innovative features, yet except for the OLED display on the remote, everything remarkable about this device has already been done by Wacom generations ago. If Xencelabs is just copying Wacom without ever matching or exceeding their quality, what's the point in trying to promote themselves as being the new alternative? At least Apple and Microsoft are trying to make something unique, rather than directly copying what Wacom does. All it takes is Wacom making an Express Key remote with an OLED screen and the next Intuos Pro with color-changing lights, and Xencelabs has lost its edge. It also concerns me that Xencelabs presents itself as a new company that is unlike the rest, but it is openly affiliated with XP Pen and their parent company, Hanwhan Ugee, a company based in China, although they said they don't share products or technology, and Xencelabs independently does their own research and development. As some of you may remember, Ugee never refunded me $50 to ship a tablet back to them, so I don't recommend a review for that brand. I also don't review for XP Pen because they took issue with the honesty of one of my reviews. Xencelabs' US headquarters is in Vancouver, Washington, and interestingly, the tablet box says it's been designed in Portland, Oregon, the same place as the Wacom Experience Center. I feel like I keep getting let down because of how hyped up these so-called Wacom competitors are. As a reviewer, it feels like a waste of my time to review a product that continues to have the same flaws as the previous generation. Go back and watch my XP Pen review from years ago and see how I'm complaining about the same stuff as I did in this video. It just never ends. I don't have these issues with my Wacom tablets. They just work. My Cintiq 27 QHD Touch is used daily and it's never pooped out. Driver issues happen, but Wacom is quick to fix them, and they are never as debilitating or frustrating as the Wacom imitation drivers can be. There's a reason why I recommend what I recommend. My prediction is that Xencelabs will release a small and a large version of this, followed by a display tablet that will probably still be in the same league as XP Pen and Huion, just with nicer accessories. I won't be surprised if it has the same issues with the pen and drivers. If Xencelabs puts as much effort into making a quality pen and driver experience as they put into making a nice presentation, they'd nail it. Until then, that's going to be what holds their products back. I'd gladly use a tablet that looks like it was from the early 2000s with zero extra features if it just worked reliably. Want to set your company apart from Ugee or XP Pen and rank them up there with Wacom? Then don't make products like Ugee or XP Pen. The ball is in your court, Xencelabs. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Xencelabs Medium Tablet Bundle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.